My name is Tamara Clay. I'm Executive Director, and one of the areas that I support is Special Services. Special Services has a team of professionals who provide support to students from birth, infancy, all the way to age 22 in our adult transition program. All of these students have disabilities, but of course their disability isn't the entirety of the student. It's only one aspect of their identity. But for infants and toddlers, we have a team of professionals who provide support and services, not just to the infants and toddlers, but also to the families. Then we have our preschool assessment team that looks at those infants and toddlers and determines whether they will continue to be eligible for special education services as they turn age 3 and what those services might look like. In preschool, we have preschool teachers who run programs for our students, and that extends to kindergarten all the way through students who are age 22. At the other end of the spectrum, we have adults who have disabilities, and we provide services and supports in the classroom setting and also in the community in work opportunity settings to ensure that those students have opportunities for meaningful work and also recreation, vocational skill training, and life skill training and support. So we have two aspects to special services and our regional offerings in supportive districts. One is regional classrooms, which are classrooms where districts may decide if they feel as though the student would benefit from more intensive services in one of our programs. They might refer one of their students to our programs. Autism program is one example of that type of program, but we have a wide array of programs that they might place students in. We also have services that we offer, and those services, again, there's a broad array of services that students with disabilities might access. Students who are in our regional classrooms might access those services, but also students who are in districts might access those services. So speech and language pathologists, we have approximately 30 who support students both in our county operated classrooms and also in districts across our county. We have specialist experts who provide orientation and mobility services. We have experts who provide physical therapy services. So we have experts who provide services, whether those services are in Camino or whether those services are in El Dorado Hills. We also have school psychologists who may do district work and support students who have disabilities or are suspected of having disabilities. And we also have school psychologists who, of course, support students in our regional classrooms. So one of the ways that special services team members embody service is really by understanding it's not just what I do, it's actually how I do it. In education, there are a lot of tasks. In special education, there's a lot of paperwork, there's a lot to do, there are a lot of meetings and obligations, and there's laws connected with all of them. So one of the things I think is really exceptional about our team and the way in which they connect with EDCO's core values is really understanding it's how I approach that work. I can grumble my way through it. I can just use it as a checklist and check off the things that I need to do, or I can really embrace the idea that at the end of it is a student and a family, and they're in a community, and we are a part of that community. And in making those connections, I find our team members are always willing to go above and beyond. Receiving the Excellence in Education Award is a huge acknowledgement. It is recognition of the work that every single para-educator, teacher, speech pathologist, psychologist, infant development program team member. I mean, there are over 100 team members who every day are committed to the work and lives of supporting our students in our communities. And yes, they are students with disabilities, but they are humans first, they're students first, and the families have their own struggles and need support and help and understanding as they guide their students through this journey from infant to adulthood, which sometimes for our students, goes beyond 18. So to know that the organization is seeing that work, seeing that our team members are seeing those students for everything that they are, for their gifts and their talents, not just for their disabilities, but for their abilities, I think is a powerful acknowledgement.